You ever notice, hey world, by the way, hello everyone, I'm Gabrielle. So anyway, welcome, all in and through love. Okay, I'm gonna share with you a revelation God gave me yesterday. And when I was sharing it with someone, they was like, oh my God, that's so deep and powerful. It's simple, the simplicity of it is deep. It's a revelation that I got from God. And I was just flowing. I didn't know the Holy Spirit was gonna flow like that. But anyway, you ever notice when one thing I've learned in life and notice is that when we get something brand new, it comes with a manual. In that manual, the owner, the CEO, whoever gift that is, or their talent, that's their passion, you see in that manual, if you would choose to take the time and invest your time and read the heart and mindset of that owner, that CEO, you will get to see their heart and mindset on their motive, intent, and agenda, why they created that car, why they named the car that, why did they create that baby toy, why did they create that type of toothbrush. Whatever they created, they first considered you. Flow with this natural analogy because I'm about to go somewhere spiritually. I'm about to flip the script and chop and screw it according to the kingdom of God in the Bible. When these people birth forth something, the owners, the entrepreneurs, they was first considering you. They wanted to help you. They wanted to express the solution. They created a solution to a temporary problem you've been having, and something that will give you peace of mind, joy, happiness, laughter, make you smile, take your mind off of other things, something that will benefit you, that's only for your good. That's why they created, quote unquote, the jail cells. They came up with jail cells and maximum prisons to take criminals off, people who are demonically possessed, under the influence of demons, and that was hurting innocent people, sick people, being pedophiles, sex offenders, you name it. They created the jails to keep keep away from God's creation, so that we wouldn't be in danger anymore, so to say, okay, for lack of better words. Like when they created a baby crib, it's to give you peace of mind so your baby can have their own spot, so they can be free in their newborn toddler stages, etc., etc. Like when people created books and expressed their lives to you and share things they've been through, they was thinking about you so you can get free from whatever you may be struggling with, whatever you may be tormented by demonically. They were considering you and saying, look, let me tell you what happened to me and how I got free through God, capital G-O-D. Okay, I'm just giving you, the list goes on and on. Okay, where am I going with this analogy? They created that manual. Even when you got a cell phone, they was thinking of a better way for you to communicate with people without having to physically be there, so you can keep doing what you need to do about your day, so you won't be stressed, so you won't be overwhelmed about how am I going to get to my family member, my spouse, my best friend, whoever. Okay, my high school sweetheart, how am I going to be there in ministry if they don't know? They wanted to create an easier way of communication where it would make a major difference in your life that will bless you and benefit you. Okay, and their thing is, they're doing this and they hope that you would read their manual so you can understand what they created for you, so that you can understand what they created for you. They're considering you. They're not being selfish, considering themselves first. They have a gift and a talent, and they wanted to manifest it and present it to you for your benefit, so that you can go through life abundantly, freely, joyfully, happily, peacefully, you name it, smiling, laughter, healed, delivered, etc., etc., etc. What am I saying spiritually about God concerning marriage? Well, let's flip the script. From what I've learned from God and the revelation he gave me spiritually about this, you want to know one of the roots to why divorce is so high and going to continue to skyrocket both in the church and in the world? Nobody takes the time to consider the owner of it, quote unquote, the one who it came from, capital G-O-D. Nobody considers to read his manual, the Bible, because he has it in there about marriage and his order for it, and study the Bible, even concerning Adam and Eve, on how God's structure and order is for the genders in Genesis chapter 2. Nobody, hardly any adult, 98% of us, don't choose to take the time to read God's manual that he created, called the Bible, for us concerning marriage, which is his institution. It came from him. What we do is like most people do in the world when they get a cell phone, a piece of equipment. We see the manual, throw that to the side, and we look at, oh, look at how it glitters and it's shiny. And look at this, on, off, send. We look at the basic stuff. What do I mean concerning us in marriage? A lot of us, the reason why our children are suffering, we keep bouncing from spouse to spouse, engagement to engagement, fiance to fiance. We looking at, oh, they got dimples. Oh, look how tall he is. Look at how short she is. Look at how big her booty is. Look at how her curves are. Look at how she looks in that dress. Man, look at the benefits. If I get married, look, it comes with sex. It comes with someone to cuddle with, someone I can laugh with, someone I can go through tests and trials with. And that's not even why God created marriage for. Yes, it comes with a 401k plan and benefit package. But the root of marriage is in the Bible. The roots to marriage, what it's about, God's heart concerning marriage, God's heart concerning adultery, God's heart concerning what type of partner is in the manual called the Bible. And a lot of us, the majority of us adults in church and out of church, we negate, we discard, we reject, we neglect, we abandon, and we reject, we overlook and overrule the manual, the Bible, where God is laying out his heart, his mindset concerning his institution called marriage. But what we do is we do like people do with the manuals for a car and the manual for a cell phone or any other equipment or product you order through Amazon, through any website. We discard the manual and we just immediately want to get to the product. And then when it begins to malfunction or we cause a problem or we break the cell phone or we damage something and we do something to it, because of our own leaning to our own understanding and being anxious for it and in such a zeal for it and lusting for it and being selfish natured going into it, we cause a shipwreck. And then we get all upset and hurt and bitter and have all and grudge against the person or the owner of the cell phone. And we write bad reviews, or we say, I'm going back to iPhone, or I'm going back to Android. Catch me where I'm flowing with this. Let God open your eyes to see concerning you in marriage and your singleness. Because that's how we are in marriage. That's how we are in marriage. When we enter into it for the wrong reasons, based off our wrong culture beliefs, denominations, and because of how the person looks, we thinking about the fantasy of marriage and how it's going to be, the fantasy of having kids with this person. And then when the consequences or things start manifesting that backfire against us in the marriage with that person or whatever, we blame God and say, well, what happened? Or we say marriage ain't for everybody, or honey, it ain't worth it. It's just a piece of paper. We say all these mean, hurtful things against God's institution that he considered us. He was considering us. And it's his order. It's his structure. It's his institution. And we begin to badmouth God, badmouth and tear down his institution. We say these lies and these deceptions and manipulations like, oh, marriage is difficult and hard. And, what's the use of being married when you can just shack up and live with somebody? It's just a piece of paper. We say all these hurtful things without choosing to consider the owner, the creator, capital God, of this institution called marriage. What we did with his manual, the Bible, was we tossed it and threw it mentally, emotionally, even physically. We overlooked it, treated it like it wasn't nothing. Okay? And we treated what we thought in our own culture beliefs that's wrong, like it's the grass is greener on the other side. And we ended up learning the hard way. And now your kids are suffering. Everything is suffering. You're hurt. You're broke. You're getting cheated on. Whatever's happening, they're narcissistic. It's not what you thought. The sex is not what you thought, because you went into it without considering to read and study and understand and comprehend the manual that God created called the Bible, that also has the roots to you understanding how to go into marriage, how you need to be when you enter into marriage, what God is saying is his order and what's not his order and out of order concerning marriage. Okay? So he gave you a comprehension and understanding in his manual called the Bible concerning how you go into marriage. The problem is almost 99.99% of adults, even in church, we do not choose to read and study and comprehend and understand and let it transform and renew us in our singleness in God's manual called the Bible about marriage. Instead, we do just like we do with natural things, like our cell phones, you name it, any piece of equipment, anything new we get, we toss the manual to the side. We ain't studying that until issues arise, or we mess something up, or we break something, or we tear something up. Then we want to call the owner, call the customer service and say, hey, your thing ain't working, this. That's how we do God concerning marriage. When we get cheated on in the marriage, the spouse slap you or break your nose or get into it with your parents or disregard your culture beliefs or, abuse the children, molest the child, all kind of stuff, demonic stuff start happening. They start doing drug dealing, whatever you name it. They not being intimate with you no more, affectionate with you no more as a wife. They putting the spiritual leader before the marriage. Then you want to cry out to God and say, hey, what did you do? This spouse or whatever is horrible. They're demonic. Why did you let me meet this person? Why did you present them to? We start blaming God and going to God like it's his fault, when he already left us a manual called the Bible on the correct way to be prepared, get in position for a suitable partner according to his order that he left in the manual. It's in the manual called the Bible. But most of us disregard God's manual called the Bible about what type of partner and the correct biblical way we're supposed to go into marriage and get prepared only in and through God for marriage, to be joined together by God about his institution that he created for our good only and to our benefit. So God is not the one to blame when you don't read and study and choose to consider his manual called the Bible on his institution called marriage. That's the revelation I want to share with you, because that's what we do. A lot of us, we negate, we disrespect God's heart and mindset concerning his institution of marriage and his manual called the Bible, where he lays down the roots and foundation of how you're supposed to go into marriage, which is his institution. It came from him. You didn't have nothing to do with it. You're not capital G-O-D, you're lowercase, but yet you treat him as if when it comes to marriage is your institution. You created it. And that's why you have bouncing from person to person. You keep getting rejected, disrespected, neglected, abandoned, no affection, no respect. You keep getting the wrong compatible partner, because God said in his institution, a suitable partner. He never said compatible. But that's what happened when you don't choose to take the time to study and read his manual called the Bible on his institution, about his institution called marriage. Have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to your girl, Gabrielle. This revelation is so deep and powerful, and it's beautiful, and it's supposed to cut at the flesh. Let it crucify your flesh. Let it transform it into your mind. Hey, it's all love, all right? Love you all. Till next time, that's the revelation I want to share with you all. Peace.